Hello world, welcome to my YouTube channel. Now, before I get into the how-tos, there's one certain thing I want to kind of touch base on, and that's skincare. A lot of women aren't properly taking care of their skin. Just because you're hiding that blemish doesn't necessarily mean it's going away. So with that said, I'd like to get into the start of how I actually wash my face. So, with that, normally I start with my eyes. I use a makeup remover, and I like to use cotton flats instead of balls. Now, what happens with the cotton circle balls is that it takes away a lot of moisture. With the flats, easily you save your product. So now I'm just putting my makeup remover. Yes, I'm actually taking off my makeup right in front of you guys, so you know I'm not joking. So here I go. Now I'm taking off my eye makeup. Gently place the makeup remover over your eyes. You're not scrubbing and rubbing really hard, because what you don't want to do is actually tear up the lashes. And this is like tissue paper. So also, if you keep rubbing hard, taking off that makeup, you're actually going to start making crow's feet, and you're actually going to really puff up your eyes. So gently take it off. Now for the other side. Not a lot of makeup artists would take off their makeup in front of you. I feel like this is important. Now I got my eye makeup off. Next part, makeup wipes. Makeup wipe is imperative, especially at night. If you sleep in your makeup, what actually happens is that you age your face a couple of days. Makeup wipe. And I'm just removing my makeup off my face. It's getting dirty. And it's very important to take off your makeup before you start cleansing, because sometimes what you're cleansing doesn't necessarily take everything off. So this is what I'm actually doing right now. Now that I've removed my makeup, the most important thing of the day and night is definitely cleansing. Cleansing, if you're not removing your makeup, you should be cleansing twice during the night, once during the morning. And if you do have dry skin, you should be using a gentle cleanser that kind of restores the pH balance of your skin. Now, if you have normal to oily skin, you should be using a soapless gel cleanser that kind of helps reduce the shine of the skin and takes away oil production of the skin. And if you have super dry skin, you should be using a milk cleanser that's kind of tissue off. Some people are very, very sensitive, so sometimes they do have to use a tissue off that doesn't require water. Now, you should be shelling out the extra buck for a good cleanser. Believe it or not, I had this for 3 months, and it's still pretty good, and it's gonna last me quite some time. So don't go sprayingly on the cleanser. Spend the money on the cleanser. Now I'm actually going to start cleansing. What I like to do is I like to turn the water, kind of like lukewarm, not to get it too hot. I like to put my face a little bit, and I put kind of like a dime-sized amount in my hands. See? That's much, and that's all you need. Warm it up in my hands in circular motions. Wash my face, especially in my T-zone areas, because I have normal to combination skin, but I do get dry all over. So, now that my skin is properly cleansed, I like to exfoliate. Now, exfoliating is really important, especially in a skincare regimen, because it lets your skin absorb all the products that you put on your face. So with that said, you should be exfoliating on only clean skin. You should never exfoliate on dirty skin, max twice a week. Kind of like to use a mechanical exfoliator, because it kind of leaves your skin nice and soft. So, basically jab a little bit of my exfoliator on my little mechanical. And you should be exfoliating on wet skin, not dry skin. There we go. Especially my T-zone areas, because it gets all that crud out. And you should really be pressing that hard with your mechanical exfoliator because you can actually break the skin. Now, after I've exfoliated my skin, it's super soft. The next imperative step is toning. You should be toning, especially at night, because sometimes with the cleanser leaves behind, the toner gets. I kind of call it the wife of the cleanser. And with that said, not only does it help close and tighten your pores, it restores your pH balance. So, back to my flat circle, and my toner. I don't use anything with alcohol, and I don't recommend anything with alcohol in it because it actually deteriorates the skin. And you're gonna wipe in an upward motion, never downward, up. Especially when you're using skincare, always goes up because you want to defy gravity. So, toning, especially in my T-zone areas. So, my next step is my thermal spring water. I love thermal spring water. It's not just a regular water, it's an actual water that contains mineral properties that's healing for the skin. Not only helps with antioxidants in the skin, it actually soothes the skin. So I lightly mist right after I tone. And I kind of like to keep the skin wet because when you put your moisturizers and your serums while your skin is wet, it actually puts back in moisture. Now, if you want a secret to radiant skin, I do recommend a serum. Now, a serum goes on before the moisturizer because it's meant to penetrate deeper into the skin and it doesn't lay topically. And serums, you don't need too much. You do need just a little pea size. And I like to put it on the top of my hand as opposed to the bottom of my hand. I'll tell you why in just a second. So just a dot. This is why. We tend to forget that we don't age in our hands. So I don't like to waste products on here. Put it right on top of my skin. Now, the serum is on my face and I wipe in an upward motion because I like to flatten out those frown lines. And over here on the occipital bone, on an upward motion. And don't forget your neck, because people tend to also forget the first place where you age is your neck and your hands. After my serum goes my eye cream. Now keep in mind that under the eyes, it's kind of like tissue paper, so you want to be very, very gentle. I like to use things that helps with the dark circles. So this is all you need, little pea size, because you don't need too much. And you're gonna pat in, lightly, gently, and don't forget the top. On an outward motion, never inward. And don't forget your crow's feet. All right, so I got everything down. Now the last step is your moisturizer. Now if you're not wearing makeup during the day, you should be wearing sun protection. So normally I pick moisturizers with sun protection in it, and at night I usually use my anti-age. So and just remember, less is more. And don't forget your neck. So, my final step is my lip balm. So show them some love. With that said, just remember skincare is very, very imperative, especially for anti-age. Beauty is technical. I hope you don't think I'm a little too much with my skincare regimen, but just to show you what I actually do to myself. Well, have a good night, ladies and gentlemen, and stay tuned. Bless.